Monday night. Here we are. Getting ourselves set up here a little bit. My good wife is doing the hard work over there, and I have a wee something to wet my whistle. I'm trying out this guitar, which just got off an airplane, which went with us to Ireland and under the plane because United Airlines would not gate check it.
That was United.
United
Yeah.
Airlines, and it seems to be all right. I don't see any cracks or splits, or any new cracks or splits. But it is the action has changed. I'm going to try it tonight. If it doesn't work, I'll use this other one. Every now and then I play for some audience that I have no idea who they are and what song I should play first. And so I play this one that they will not recognize, but I do. I played it here not long ago. Leaving on a boat or beyond the other side of the ocean. Met you in the morning, you won't even know I'm gone. Tired of living here, middle of a mixed emotion. May as well be living on the other side of the sun. Leaving with the feeling, don't know how I'm dealing with loving you. Though once I knew the special way, things to do to make you stay forever and ever. Even as I'm leaving, never stop believing you are the one to make me laugh and bring me back. Be on the other side of the sun. The other side of the sun. Rolling down the river, hope I can deliver the morning. Wishing on a star for the sun to come out and play. Funny when it's over, you really don't remember the warning. Layers of the living out beyond the Milky Way. Leaving with the feeling, I don't know how I'm dealing with loving you. Though once I knew the special way, things to do to make you stay forever and ever. Even as I'm leaving, never stop believing you are the one to make me laugh and bring me back from beyond the other side of the sun. Beyond the other side of the sun. Leaving on a boat for beyond the other side of the ocean. Bet you in the morning, you won't even know I'm gone. Tired of living here, middle of a mixed emotion. Layers of living on the other side of the sun. Leaving with the feeling, don't know how I'm dealing with loving you. But once I knew the special way, things to do to make you stay forever and ever. Even as I'm leaving, never stop believing you are the one to make me laugh and bring me back from beyond the other side of the sun. Beyond the other side of the sun. Boy, this old guitar feels different. I should have played it a little bit before I decided to use it tonight. But the idea was I need to play it a little bit to make sure it's all right before I get it on the stage somewhere, and B, before I get it back on the plane to go with me in October. But when I'm going in October, it will not be United Airlines. Trust me, it will not be United. I think I'm over the Newark airport and I'm over United. I think it's safe to say. John Leahy wants to hear Belfast Mill. Wow. John, we're putting together our trip over there, and we've decided not to do any venues as such as you and I have discussed online. But we are going to do some shows at our hotels. But one of the things that we're going to do is the bass player is bringing an electric bass, and so we will grab a bass amp. I will buy one if I can find a music store where I can buy one in our first town, which is going to be Newcastle. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, John is from Ireland, and we've been talking about the trip that we're doing in October, where we would play and PA systems and things like that. All I have to do is buy a bass amp, and what I'll do is I'll buy a bass amp, and we'll use it on the tour, and then we'll donate it to someone and give it to someone. I'm going to Galway after the tour, and I may give it to that same guy who loaned me a bass amp back in the day in Galway, down on Shop Street. I very well may do that. A friend of ours, Johnny Tanner, when he goes over, he doesn't carry a guitar. He gets there, he buys an inexpensive guitar, and when he leaves, he donates it to someone who could use it, you know. So how cool is that? How cool is that? I very well may do that very thing, even though I hope to take this old Taylor with me, and if it survives between now and then. So, John wants to hear a song called Belfast Mill. And that song originated, believe it or not, here in South Carolina. And the original title was Aragon Mill. Aragon Mill. It is my understanding the Aragon Mill was in or near the town of Rock Hill, upstate South Carolina, near Charlotte, North Carolina. And the original song was, of course, written by Cy Khan. Cy Khan wrote the song, and it was appropriated in Ireland in some of the textile mill industry areas there as well, called Belfast Mill. Most people think of Belfast, they think of the Titanic, but it's also, the beautiful museum there is all about the textile industry and everything else in addition to the shipbuilding industry. See if I remember this old song. On the east end of town, at the bottom of a hill, stands a chimney so tall, says Aragon Mill. There's no smoke at all in the narrow, no smoke at all coming out of that tall stack. The mill is shut down, and it ain't coming back. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as it blows through the town, weave and spin, weave and spin. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as it blows through the town, weave and spin, weave and spin. Now the mill is shut down, it's the only life I know. Tell me where will I go, tell me where will I go. No smoke at all coming out of that tall stack. The mill is shut down, and it ain't coming back. The mill is shut down, it's the only life I know. Where will I go? Tell me, where will I go? There's no children at all on the narrow empty street. All the looms have shut down. It's so quiet I can't sleep. And the only tune I hear is the sound of the wind as it blows through the town we've been spinning. We've been spinning.
Says hello.
Ed Honeycutt?
Yeah, Mike Partain said Ed Honeycutt says hello, so they're together, I'm assuming.
Good. Ed Honeycutt and Mike Partain. Welcome, friends. John, I forgot that one verse about his dad. Well, how does it go? Oh, my Lord. You know, my brain cells are not what they used to be. Should we have a toast? My brain cells are not what they used to be. I have no idea why. Cheers. There's no place to go for my old man and I, no children at all. There's one other verse that I never pulled up in the middle of trying to remember it. Ed Honeycutt is on. Why wouldn't we do his song? This is a song I recorded on one of the albums. Ed Honeycutt wrote this song. He was in Nashville, Tennessee at the time, and he was homesick for the coast of Carolina. Why wouldn't I do it? Beneath the sky of gray, I remember brighter days. How I miss the warm sunshine, like a trawler in the twilight, heading in at high tide. Sailing home is foremost on my mind. I'm going back to the coast of Carolina, where the sea meets tall pines on sandy islands. Rustling palm leaves sing while moonlight dances on the breeze. I'll ease my mind on the coast of Carolina. Sand dunes shifting with the wind, like the drifting way I'd been. I was blown too far from your shore. I miss the smell of roasting oysters and hearing sweet Geechee voices call to me like my mother ocean's roar. I'm going back to the coast of Carolina, where the sea meets tall pines on sandy islands. Rustling palm leaves sing while moonlight dances on the breeze. I'll ease my mind on the coast of Carolina. Been across the mountains, I've sown a restless sea. In all my years of traveling, I found a place for me. It's these islands by the sea. I'm going back to the coast of Carolina, where the sea meets tall pines on sandy islands. Rustling palm leaves sing while moonlight dances on the breeze. I'll ease my mind on the coast of Carolina. Oh, I'll be just fine on the coast of Carolina. Coast Carolina. My buddy Ed Honeycutt wrote that song. Of course, if anytime I think of Ed, I also think of the other song that was a title song from one of my very first artist albums. I had done a lot of albums with cover tunes, playing when I was playing at Keo Island and the Mills House and other places. You know, something I could record for tourists and make a few shekels. But the first time I was going to do an artist album of songs that I wanted to do for me, I remembered a song called Roots and Wings that my friend Ed Honeycutt had written with Bob Kitchens and Tom Tierney. And that was the title song of my first album. When I was closing the studio in Charleston, I told Jay Miley, who bought the studio, I said, I want to do one album before I go. And this is the one that we did. It's called Roots and Wings. Thank you, Ed. This song means a lot to me. It means a lot of other people, especially our friend Gary Osteen in Gainesville, Georgia. He's home from the hospital. He and his wife Audrey like this song, and I played it for them many's the time. Roots and Wings. My daddy was rooted in tradition, raised us children that way. Said you need roots to build a strong foundation. Stand on your own one day. My mama was full of wit and wisdom, taught us to set our sights high. Said the world is yours for the taking, so spread your wings and fly. They gave me wings to fly high above the clouds, roots to keep my feet on the ground. No matter what tomorrow may bring, I thank God for their love and the gift of roots and wings. I remember the day I was leaving. A tear fell from my mama's eye. But I said, no, no, now, don't you worry. This is farewell and not goodbye. They gave me wings to fly high above the clouds, roots to keep my feet on the ground. No matter what tomorrow may bring, I thank God for their love and the gift of roots and wings. Sometimes I feel like a drifter, not knowing where this road ends. But there's comfort to know when I get weary, there's a place I can go back to again. They gave me wings to fly high above the clouds, roots to keep my feet on the ground. No matter what tomorrow may bring, I thank God for their love and the gift, roots and wings. Roots and wings. What do you think there, Cherry? Good wife over there on the other side of the room. What do you think, sir?
Everything's going good.
Everything all right?
Yep.
Considering?
Yeah, Susie said that was a great song.
That is a great song. Roots and Wings.
You have
Roots,
another request.
Roots and Wings. And Ed's a great songwriter. I met him when he returned home to South Carolina, but I played his records when I was in Tennessee and Georgia. I was helping to run radio stations up that way back then. And some guy, I think it was MCA. Was it MCA Records? I think it was. Can't remember the label. But Ed had a record deal back then, and we were playing his records on the radio. Later, I met him Kathy Brown, I don't do the Rocky Road to Dublin. Here, Cherry. I don't do the Rocky Road to Dublin. Sorry, Kathy Brown. She's going to Ireland with us in October. Kathy and Rich out of Colorado. They're from Colorado. They're going with us in October. Now we are going in October, and the tour is pretty much full. But some of the people on the tour are from the Kingston Trio, formerly of the Kingston Trio, and formerly of the Limelighters. So why wouldn't we do one of those great old folk tunes? I shall right now. My wife is adjusting something over there.
Yep. Sometimes when you do this, your head gets chopped off.
Yeah. Hey, first time my head got chopped off, I'll tell you that right now. My wife said my head was getting chopped off.
Yep, actually, I made it worse.
That's all right.
I was actually doing the wrong one.
The good thing is, my good wife, she cares about that stuff. She wants it to be just right. That's good. That's just like she does when she's making me a salad or ice cream. You know, she wants it to be just right. That's a good thing for the old guy. Speaking of which, I had a birthday on Saturday, and lots and lots of folks sent me birthday wishes in various platforms and methods and messages and notes, and it's much, much appreciated. 71 years old and still vertical, still on this side of the daisies, and that's about all you can ask for. I'm delighted that I'm still able to do a little bit of this, and I will be off most of this week, except I'm going to Tommy Condon's in Charleston Wednesday night. I think I have a funeral in Charleston on Saturday. Then next week, I do Wednesday at, is that right? Next week, I do the songwriter night in Columbia on Tuesday. I do Charleston on Wednesday. And then I drive as far as Virginia on Thursday. And then I play a house concert in Wilmington, Delaware on Friday night, June 20. Then I do one set at a gospel Christian music festival in Wilmington, Delaware on Saturday the 21st. And then I drive as far back as the Virginia-North Carolina line and come home sometime Sunday. So this week has been laid back and I've gotten a lot done in the garden. But next week is going to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Too much.
What about Dublin in the rare old times?
Who wanted to hear that?
Well, Professor Tresser, but Kathy Brown said pick another one, so if you pick that one, you'll get...
Good. Professor Tresser out on the West Coast. He's going to Ireland with us in October too. Kathy, you and Charles Tresser will get to meet each other this October. And I will do his request. Dublin in the Rare Old Times was written by Pete St. John. And this is also a little Dublin song for Kathy and Rich. Songs and stories, heroes of renown, passing days and glories. Once was Dublin town, hallowed halls and houses, haunting children's rhymes, were all a part of Dublin in the rare old time. As the light declines, I remember Dublin City in the rare old times. My name is Tishon Dempsey. Dublin as can be, born hard and late in Pimlico, in a house that ceased to be. By trade, I was a cooper, lost out to redundancy, like my house that fell to progress, a trade to memory. And I courted Peggy Dykenham, pretty as you please, a rogue and a child of Mary's, for the rebel liberties. But I lost her to a student chap with skin as black as coal when he took her off to Birmingham. She took my very soul. Ring a rosy as the light declines. I remember Dublin City in the rare old times. The years have made me bitter, and the drink has dimmed my brain, and Dublin keeps on changing, and nothing seems the same. For Metropole and the Pillar are gone, and the Royal long since pulled down, as the grey unyielding concrete makes a city of my town. Fare thee well, sweet Anna Liffey. I could no longer stay and watch the new glass cages as I rise up along the quay. My mind's too full of memories, too old to ring new chimes. I'm a part of what was Dublin in the rare old time. Ring a rosy as the light declines. I remember Dublin City in the rare old times. Dublin in the rare old times will be there in October. Friend Charles and friends Kathy and Rich will be there in October. And I'm going to stay a couple of days over after the tour and take the train to Galway for 2 nights, and then to Westport for 1 day, and then back to Dublin and fly home. My friend Michael, he's never been to the West and never been to Galway, and he's getting up in years like me. Aren't we all? And he wants to see something of the West while he can still go and see. And that's the thing, guys. When you want to go and see and do something, and it's on your bucket list, you need to make your plan and go and see and do while you still can. And that's all I'm going to say about that. How about you over there, Mom? You look like you're squirming in your seat and such as that.
Getting nauseous again.
Are you? You want to go downstairs?
No, I'm all right.
My wife has been under the weather, so we're not gonna stretch this out tonight. I appreciate her coming up and doing this in spite of the fact she doesn't feel well. I have a few requests, including this one. Our buddy Harry Townsend asked me online to do a song called "The Gambler" for Joseph Cooper. "The Gambler" was, of course, a Kenny Rogers song from 1978. Great song, huge song, signature song for Kenny Rogers. And of course, we used to see when I was in Nashville some back and forth at the Bluebird Cafe. We would see Don Slits every, I think it was every Monday or every Wednesday or whatever it was. It was at the Bluebird. You could see Don for $1. Don Slits, the songwriter of The Gambler, would do his set, his songs that he had written for $1. You could see Don for $1. I'm pretty sure you can't see Squat for $1 now. Well, you can on the street. You can see a Squat for less than $1, but that's different altogether. That's what I'm going to do. The song by request. Harry Townsend asked me to do this song for Joseph Cooper. 1978, the year before I moved to Nashville. On a warm summer's evening, train bound for nowhere, met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep. We took turns staring out the window at the darkness till the boredom overtook us. He began to speak. He said, son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. If you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, for a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So I handed him my bottle. He drank down my last swallow. He bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. The night fell deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. He said, if you're gonna play this game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. While you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when all the dealing's done. Every gambler knows the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. Every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser. The best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. When he's finished dealing, turned back toward the window, crushed out his cigarette, faded off to sleep. Somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even, and in his final words, I found an ace that I can keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. While you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. While you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. The Google search cheated me out of the last verse.
Oh, they do that sometimes.
I had to make it up. I knew that song. I've been singing it, since 1978. But anyway, it is what we do.
Ann Walker wants a John Prine song
John Prine song.
about being under the quilt, but nothing happened.
Do what?
I'm sure he means the rose, whatever rose. Remember? Because she says quilt, but nothing happened. So nothing happened in that John Prine song.
Ladies and gentlemen.
About Rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm enjoying watching my wife squirm over these lyrics. I'm proud to say she's coming around. She's coming around to know the frickin' words to some of these. So My good wife is coming around to know the words to some of these great songs. There you go. Yes, Ann Walker in Sumter, South Carolina. Is that right?
Yep, that's right.
She wants to hear a song called One Red Rose.
And Werner and Pat and Jill's on.
Pat and Verna Jordan are on, and why wouldn't we do one of their songs? And we should. We should. Let's see. Which one should we do for them, Cherry? Well, we can always do Roseville Fair. We'll do that one maybe. Let's see. What key would I do that Ann Walker song in? Let's do it right here. Verna Jordan is on. He's the one that sold me this Taylor guitar, and I have worn it out, and I had to put a pick guard on it. Then I had to put a bigger pick guard on it, and Verna fixed it when the guy screwed it up and put the wrong pickup in it and didn't reinforce it. It's been split across here, split across here. It's been split all the way across here by another airline. And this is the one that I take with me to Ireland. And it just got back, and it is not in good shape. Well, it's in great shape compared to me, but it's too low. The action's too low, and so I'm going to have to get it worked on a little bit before I take it back to Ireland. Ann Walker from Sumter, South Carolina requested a John Prine song called One Red Rose. What my wife was trying to describe and explain to me is that this is a song John Prine wrote when he was a youngster. He went to a birthday party, and at the end of the night, he was in a compromising situation with a beautiful young lady, and he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing. He was young and innocent and afraid, and had he done something, he wouldn't have written this great song. I'll sing it for you now. One Red Rose. Cheers. Sláinte. Rain came down on a tin roof, hardly a sound was left from the birthday party. The kitchen light fell asleep on the bedroom floor. Me and her was talking softer all the time before I lost her. Her picture sat on top of my chest of drawers. One red rose in the Bible, pressed between the holy alphabet. Probably wouldn't have believed you if I told you what I never knew, I never will forget. Rainy nights get dark real early. Her dress was soft, her hair was curly. We danced around the table to the old banjo. Rainy nights are made for lovers. We lay so still beneath the covers, and I ain't never felt like that before. One red rose in the Bible, pressed between holy alphabet. Probably wouldn't have believed you if I told you what I never knew, I never will forget. Rain came down on a tin roof, hardly a sound was left from the birthday party. The kitchen light fell asleep on the bedroom floor. Me and her was talking softer, and all the time before I lost her, her picture sat on top of my chest of drawers. One red rose in the Bible, pressed between the holy alphabet. Probably wouldn't have believed you if I told you what I never knew, I never will forget. One Red Rose, John Prine. Verna Jordan is on. Why wouldn't we do that other song that we always did by John Prine over and over in the old days at Dunleavy's Irish Pub, Sullivan's Island, South Carolina, when Verna and Miss Pat were in the audience, and Verna would get up and sing a few songs for us. And of course, I got all these songs that we could sing that we sang. Let's do the one other John Prine song that we always sang. What do you say? How we doing, Mom? Okay. John Prine. Of all the John Prine unknown songs, this is the best known. Well, when I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. There's a backward old town so often remembered, so many times memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train hauled it away. Sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Adrie Hill, where the air smelled like West Vaco. We shoot with our pistols, and empty pop bottles is all we would kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train hauled it away. Coal company came with the world's largest shovel. They tortured all the timber and they stripped all the land. And they dug for the coal till the land was forsaken, and they wrote it all down as a progress of man. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes float down the Green River. Let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven, with paradise waiting 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train done hauled it away. John Prine grew up in western Kentucky. His parents grew up in western Kentucky, but he was raised in Chicago. He wrote all of these great songs, and he remembered his ancestral home down in Kentucky. Great, 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 great song. Guys, one or two more songs here. I do have a request for the last one of the night. Let's do this one. Look, here's that you I see. You sure seem down to me. Would you like to tell it to a friend? can help if anyone can. You know I understand. Everyone gets crazy now and then. I know those empty nights get lonely. Sometimes you feel like you're the only one to lose more than he wins. Yes, these troubled times get crazy, but that's just ordinary. Everyone gets crazy now and then. Who can say they've never stumbled, never fallen to their knees? Dreams are like castles when they crumble. Well, I know what you mean. I know how hard it can seem. I get crazy just like you, lost and lonely too, like some old flag left flying in the wind. Time has taught me this for sure. Time is the only cure. All your blues will turn to gold again. Everyone gets crazy now and then. Look, here's that you I see. You sure seem down to me. Would you like to tell it to a friend? I can help if anyone can. You know I understand. Everyone gets crazy now and then. Time has taught me this for sure. Time is the only cure. All your blues will turn to gold again. Everyone gets crazy now and then. Kevin Welch wrote that song. Who is Kevin Welch? Boy, you need to look him up if you're a songwriter, if you like songs and songwriting. Kevin Welch. Of course, Waylon Jennings recorded that. How we doing, Mom?
Okay.
We're getting out of here in a couple of minutes. Let's do this one. What do you say? We'll do 2 more songs and we'll get ourselves out of here. Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Sometimes it feels like this world's gone crazy. Grandpa, take me back to yesterday, when the line between right and wrong didn't seem so hazy. Lovers really fall in love to stay, stand beside each other, come what may. But the promise really something people kept, not just something they would say. Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really never go away. Oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Everything is changing fast. We call it progress, but I just don't know. Grandpa, let's wander back to the past and paint me the picture of long ago. Did lovers really fall in love to stay? Stand beside each other, come what may. Did promise really something people kept, not just something they would say? Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really know never go away. Oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Did lovers really fall in love to stay? Stand beside each other, come what may. Was a promise really something people kept, not just something they would say? Then forget. Families really bow their heads to pray. Daddies really never go away. Oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Oh, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Played that song many this time with my friend Sharon Cumbie. Sharon Cumbie down in the low country of South Carolina now lives in McClellanville, South Carolina for no apparent reason. Well, her husband lives there. That'd be the reason she's there. Anyway, I miss doing those gigs with Sharon. We did all these great old songs. By the way, Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Of course, was done by the Judds. The Judds, if you know those country acts. And written by Jamie O'Hara. Jamie O'Hara. One song before we go, guys. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm going to take a break after this next song. I've enjoyed it. And my buddy Jeff Ryan in Augusta, Georgia, we just lined up a gig. I'm going to do a program for him in August on the 23rd. And then another one in September on the 28th in Augusta, Georgia. Augusta, Georgia, actually out west, east, somewhere, maybe east, at Grovetown, if you know where that is. We're going to be doing that in August and in September. But my buddy Jeff asked me to do this song as my last song of the evening, my gospel song. His lady friend just lost her mother over the weekend. And by the way, guys, didn't we lose our buddy T.J. Phillips? But we also lost my great friend from the old days, Carl Yackey. They were, himself and the whole crew were at the Mills House Hotel in the old days. All those times, and he'll be funeralized on Saturday. I'll go to Charleston for that. But also T.J. Phillips, famous radio DJ, loveliest man you ever met, a giving soul, a giving spirit, and a wonderful soul in Charleston, South Carolina. T.J. Phillips, our friend. He went to, on Saturday night, he went to the concert in North Charleston. Vince Gill played for 3.5 hours without a break. And at 11:30, something like that, our buddy TJ posted how great the concert was, how wonderful it was, yada yada. And then he went to bed, and didn't he wake up in heaven? Hello. He went to a Vince Gill concert for 3.5 hours on Saturday night, and he woke up in heaven Sunday morning. I would say you can't get much better than that. I'm going to take a break after this next song, friends. Thank you, and God bless you, my friends in Augusta, Georgia. Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me. See on the portals, he's waiting and watching, watching for you and for me. Come home, come home. You are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Oh, the wonderful love he has promised, promised for you and for me. Though we have sinned, he has mercy and pardon, pardon for you and for me. Come home, come home. You are weary, come home. Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come home. Oh, the wonderful love he has promised, promised for you and for me. Though we have sinned, he has mercy and pardon, pardon for you and for me. Come home, come home. Ye are weary, come home. Earnestly and tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling, oh sinner, come. Thank you, friends. If you grew up in church like I did, that song tugs you, you know. There we are. Hey, friends, I'm going to take a break, and it's going to be a long one. Thanks for being with us. I will be in Charleston on Wednesday night, and I'll see you next Monday night on the live stream right here. Thanks, friends. Have a good night.